How these 10 Fortune 500 CEOs organize their day. Fortune 500, as the name would suggest, is an annual list compiled and published by the famous Fortune magazine that ranks 500 of the largest and most successful United States corporations by their total revenue for their respective fiscal years in operation. The list comprises public and privately held companies for which revenues are up for display to the public. This means companies who shield their revenue do not cut. The concept of Fortune 500 was created by Edgar P. Smith, a Fortune editor who published the first list in 1995. The original top 10 companies featured during that time were General Motors, U.S. Steel, Jersey Standard, General Electric, S-Mark, Chrysler, Armour, Gulf Oil, Mobil, and DuPont. These were the most successful companies back in the day, with some presently still occupying enviable positions on the list to this day. Fortune 500 has amassed so much influence over the years. The Fortune 500 companies currently represent approximately 2/3 of the United States gross domestic product, with over $14 trillion in gross revenue and $1.2 trillion in gross profits. They also hold a total market value of $20 trillion. In addition, the companies collectively employ over 30 million people worldwide, and that is 0.5% of the world's population. That is a stunning feat, you must admit. If you are currently looking for fresh ideas to boost your businesses, whether small or large, who better to consult than many very successful CEOs? In today's video, we have probed 10 Forbes CEOs about how they organize their day, and these are some secrets we uncovered. Before we get right into the list, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification so you will never miss any of our future videos. Number 1. Ilir Sela, founder and CEO of Slice. Slice is a mobile app that allows you to order pizza from any local pizzeria for those that may not be conversant. Sela is primarily an early bird, typically waking up latest by 6 a.m. Within the first moments of being awake, she checks her phone to check how far the business and her website are going. She then makes mental notes to fix some site glitches during the day. She runs the business with her twin brother, so they commute to Staten Island to their office in Manhattan every day. Since Slice is now a multi-millionaire site, she runs daily checks for malware and hacking attempts. Her business and day-to-day is mostly run on Multitask, an app that enables her to organize and plan most of her work schedules for the day. Number 2. Nadia Bourgeois, co-founder and CEO of DIA&CO. DIA&CO is a very successful clothing subscription service. The popularity skyrocketed when Nadia revamped the store into a plus-size store for only 14 and up. Nadia says being an early riser has been the one thing that has instilled discipline and focus in her. She uses 10 minutes to clear her head and focus her mind on the day's tasks. Then, she exercises 2 to 3 times a week and yoga for the rest of the days. She lives close to the office, so walking to work has been her primary form of commute. She plans new designs and researches the comfort level before distributing them to her team to work on. She also employs routine checkups on her site. Number 3. Kenny Dichter, founder and CEO of Wheels Up. Wheels Up are one of the world's first and thriving membership-based aviation companies. Kenny is an early riser who dreads the thought of waking up past 6 a.m. Checking his emails and other devices for texts and schedules helps him have a better scope of how the day will go and adequately plan for it. He engages in weightlifting and aerobics every morning with his trainer. Kenny has a lavish TV in his bathroom, so he does not miss any part of the morning news. He employs the use of management apps such as Todoist to distribute responsibilities in his company. Number 4. Elliot Weissbluth, founder and CEO of Hightower. Hightower is a financial services firm with a network of more than $1 billion and currently one of the best humanitarian companies. As CEO of such a multi-million company, Elliot catches the worm as early as 4 a.m. He is in relation with properly brewed fresh coffee and the morning newspaper. As a father and husband, Elliot says his family comes first, but he properly shuffles everything else based on priority. He uses a Chrome plugin known as Momentum to set his goals and intentions for the day. Number 5. Alexi Nazem, co-founder and CEO of Nomand Health. Nomand Health is one of the few sites that help recruit and connect freelance clinicians to work in healthcare systems. As a man who has given employment opportunities to more than 3,000 people with a considerable net worth, Alexi still wakes up at 6 a.m. every day. He catches up on the news and looks for ways to expand employment avenues significantly for clinicians. He whips through some emails and some Wall Street articles to keep him updated on the daily market adjustments. He organizes most of his day mentally and with the help of his secretary. Number 6. Debra Bednar-Clark, founder and CEO of DB&CO. DB&CO is one of the world's first career and leadership coaching firms. This firm has coached and guided numerous top officials in Congress and even in other sectors. Debra does not set the alarm as a time management option, but instead uses the early morning sun as his internal clock. How he does this is only known to him. The first thing he does is check his inbox for any significant coaching inquiries or outreaches from his clients. That put away, he reads the New York Post and never skips breakfast. He makes routine checks on his website and uses management apps to plan and distribute coaching topics amongst his clients for the day. Number 7. Dan Reich, co-founder and CEO of Troops. Troops is a multi-million venture that creates Slack bots for sales teams. Slack bots can be programmed to undertake numerous tasks, from being email management tools to data analytics. Even as a multimillionaire, Dan wakes up at 7 a.m. each day, does his routine workouts, and reads on his way to the office. He engages the Wall Street Journal primarily and checks on his investments. In addition, he employs the use of his invention to gather client complaints and distribute workloads to his staff. Number 8. Ben Anderson, co-founder and CEO of Amino Apps. Amino Apps is an innovation by Ben Anderson that uses apps to create communities around different topics, breaching the gap and encouraging online diversification. Ben says he barely sleeps since he mainly works with his team around the clock to create more topics and fine-tune his invention. However, if he's asleep, his internal clock stirs him awake by 7 a.m. He checks his email to respond to messages by his team in Shanghai and other parts of the world before he heads to his office to start a well-managed day. Number 9. Ryan Williams, co-founder and CEO of Cadre. Cadre is an online real estate marketplace that creates a link between approved sellers and very wealthy people. Ryan wakes up at 7 a.m. every day, and as a CEO, time management is essential to him. He goes straight to his management apps, where he checks his activities for the day. He does a lot of cardio and gets to the office before 8 a.m. Number 10. Jack Dorsey, Square CEO and Twitter founder. Jack says one thing he does to plan his day effectively is to give it a theme. Giving his days a theme ultimately helps him focus on what he is doing on a particular day. Working for 2 companies can be challenging, so he wakes up at 6 a.m. each day to start and plan his day. Mondays are primarily for management works, and Tuesdays are for product sales and marketing, and so on. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for staying with us till the end. You can hit the subscribe button now if you haven't.